What's up, everybody? Listen out for the Pittsburgh and welcome back to my franchise series. This is the road to Super Bowl 54. This week, we're against the Dallas Cowboys at AT&T Stadium. Let's get straight into it.
Can Zeke deke again? Hello, everyone. I'm Jonathan Coachman. This is Madden NFL Football on EA Sports. Coming up, Ezekiel Elliott, fresh off 100 yards a week ago, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Dallas Cowboys. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Godden, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they've been the talk of the NFL so far. 9 wins in their first 9 games.
And some people subscribe to the theory that a loss might not be the worst thing for them. They've had it easy all year long. How would they do handling adversity?
All right, we're getting the ball first. We got to put a damper on these Dallas Cowboys. God, I can't stand the Cowboys.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
I just can't stand them. Ezekiel Elliott, he's only in the league because of money.
And he'll be brought down here as the penalty flags come in right away, and we may have a face mask here right at the start.
He wasn't going to play unless if he got a bigger paycheck.
Flag will cost him 15.
He's mostly in there for the money. You barely see any players in the NFL that are in there for the love of the sport. Yeah, let's get Dalvin Cook going.
And now it's first and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
It was not pretty.
A toss to Cook. And some space here. And
oh, no, you're
not
going to touch
other side of
back.
midfield before going out of bounds. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely.
It was
first
not
down.
a pretty game. Kirk Cousins did not
So
play
much for staying
good
ahead of the
at
chains
all.
with a 3
He
or 4
did not
yard
even
gain
look
on first down. They moved the chains
like
with a nice little
a
run.
franchise quarterback. He didn't look like
to try and
he
keep
was a
up,
throwable
because a lot of the
aspect
first
quarterback.
series of games are scripted, many times to probe and find some holes in the defense. Sometimes you attack
if he was
with
a
some
Pro Bowl
big-time runs,
quarterback,
too.
he would
A
never
good
did the
pickup there,
mistake he did
26
in
yards.
the freaking Pro Bowl.
On any given pass,
against
you
Packers.
never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
That's possession. There goes your first time out, Cowgirls. If that wasn't possession, I don't know what is. Yeah, he had it. He had both feet in.
Let's go. Here we go.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
It did not.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that.
Oh, God.
Pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. DeMarcus Lawrence. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And
That
they
was
need to
not
work
pretty.
to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one.
Could not.
Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Stick looking to throw. And he's got his tight end,
There we
that's
go.
Smith.
Irv Smith.
Here we go.
He is one of the reasons why the Vikings are doing so well.
Well, they're piecing together a nice
In that
drive to
one
start this one.
particular
Seems
play,
pretty
I
scripted
know
and pretty
I can
successful
see
so far.
And
I
think
can
they
get it
did
to
without
Irv
our
Smith
help.
almost
Because
every
when we
single
sat
time.
in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys gonna come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
Offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
They try again with Cook. And he will score.
You got to run up the score. You got to get in. Run for the score.
His 11th touchdown of the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
I know Dalvin
One of
has
the
been
keys to their
doing
long winning
really
streak
well
has been
this year.
scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Bailey got the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. This will be taken in at the 1.
Good running back for the Vikings
And
half.
he'll take this across the 25.
He did good in the first
up to the
against Atlanta.
27-yard line.
He had an impressive 74-yard run
first crack at it.
against
He'll be
Packers.
led out by the Mississippi State man, now in his 4th season in the National Football League, Dak Prescott.
I don't know
I
how
like this
much
guy.
yards I
And the
do
reason
have
I
with
do, he
Dalvin
tends to
Cook.
stand an even keel. Doesn't let
This
too much
season.
ruffling. He will manage
But
the game the way it
in
needs to
real
be
life,
managed,
he is
take
doing
what the defense
pretty
gives him,
good.
and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
You gotta stop Ezekiel. He is good, but
A first down throw for Prescott. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
come on, boys.
14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And on the left side, he's got Witten. That throw
Witten
good
is
for
gonna be
4.
Red Sox
It's
goal
2nd down. And on this offensive
far
unit,
looking
your
like it.
thoughts on Travis Frederick?
He's a quarterback's best friend. Sets all the line calls and blocks so aggressively.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Prescott now. And that going to be incomplete.
Oh,
Too
thank
tough to
God.
hold on to
Good
that
job,
one. It's
Hendricks.
2nd down. Here now the starters defensively for the Vikings. They were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
And now on
I
3rd
don't
down,
want-
they'll
I
need
want
to
my
get it to the
safety to stay
36
back.
to pick up the first. And again, it's Prescott. He's got a first down or more inside the 30. And this is going to turn into
Come on,
another
man.
first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 29-yard line.
Harrison, you're gonna get this. You gotta get in there, fuck Zeke up. That's what you gotta do.
A first down carry by Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as
Zeke
well.
is mostly
Quite the
running
opening
it
drive
up.
march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script.
Into the end zone for a
I shouldn't have tried to hit
touchdown.
six.
Michael Gallup, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack.
It
right?
also did not help
RAC.
that I
Run after
still
catch,
had
and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
This is fielded at the goal line. Then he'll take this across the 25.
I wish I
couple
blew him
extra
a
yards up to
little
the
bit quicker than that.
27-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, That's what they've discussed in the
I do not
locker room,
want
in the meeting
anything
rooms.
to
Yeah,
happen.
we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Stick back to pass. Buying time to his left. Left side caught by Diggs.
I
And
kind of
down
want to
inside
it,
the
but
15, shy of the 10. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a 1st down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Being chased out left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Ready. 15.
oh,
These two teams all tied after 1. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up.
Set. 70. Indy. Hey, wahoo.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stiff. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. DeMarcus Lawrence, his 2nd sack of the night.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
He may try and run for this.
Face mask.
And he's going to be brought down by the
Automatic
face
face
mask.
down.
Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down.
half the distance.
So instead of forcing the field goal, it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the force was trying to make something happen that just didn't need to, right? I mean, plays happen, let it go. It's over. Instead, he creates a penalty.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
No!
And this is going to be intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
I wasn't looking. I saw Rudolph open
They'll
for a
start
little
the
bit.
drive with Elliott. And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain
I
of
did see
7.
Rudolph open for a little bit, but
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Prescott. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. He's got a 1st down and more past the 30. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
oh geez. The Cowboys are
They'll run on 1st down. It's Elliott.
we
On
can't
the
let the
tackle that
Cowboys
time,
score
it's
at all.
Trey Waynes. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game
Kendricks,
average was
why
the
didn't you
best in the
catch
National
that?
Football League.
That would
Now,
have been
meanwhile, here's a
good
2nd
for
down
us.
throw that's knocked away and incomplete. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame.
Oh.
Hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And he's going to be out up around the
That is a
45-yard
good
line.
one.
Might have needed just one more block as it stands. 37-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
If Kendricks would have blocked that one guy,
A reminder coming
I
up
could've
tomorrow
just
night.
cut it
Monday Night
right
Football
in.
comes your way. 8:15 Eastern. Seahawks, 49ers from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. 25
you're
yards
not
to
gonna have
pick
to
up there,
expect
and
it
also
anymore.
a first down. Interesting. He told us that he likes to run right more than left, but there he looked pretty comfortable going left for a big gain, Charles.
Kind of like a basketball player who has a dominant side that he dribbles to. But the ability to cross that over, change it up, and break a tendency can often lead to great results, as we just saw there.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On second down, Cook. Give him 14 on that one, and a first down. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Stick looks to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll get in.
There we
Touchdown,
go. Dalvin Cook
Minnesota.
touchdown.
Dalvin Cook.
All
his
rushing
second
plays,
touchdown
too.
of the game, giving him 12 on the
Actually, a passing
season.
play, but I
And
threw
the
that away, and a
Vikings
passing
have
play that turned
taken the
into a
lead.
scramble.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Extra point try by Bailey.
Only 58 seconds.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Can't let Witten get loose. Cooper get
The
loose.
drive summary that
Zeke
time,
get
5
loose.
plays. And it's capped
Can't let
off by the touchdown run coming
throw
from
a
Dalvin
deep
Cook.
pass.
Bailey now to
If he
kick it
does,
away
we
after
got
the
to
touchdown.
pick it and score. Or try to score at least.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals.
Wait,
all right, number 1 goal is
pass
what? To
or
make the playoffs.
was it caught?
Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. To throw is Prescott. Throw left side complete. It's Elliott. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Gonna have to
Now
try to
comes
get
the
a score
Cowboys
before
punter as he'll
before
put it
the
away
finish.
for the second time. This
I
first
could get
point, 48
a
yards.
field
This one
goal
looks
there.
equally as good. Taking it about the 16.
If I could
Call
get
that
a
an
field
even
goal
50
to get
yards on the
to
punt
field goal
with
position,
7 on the return.
Get
And
a field
the
goal
offense
before-
will take
before they
over
end.
with a new set of downs. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So on fourth down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Wild, to kick it away. Back deep for the Cowboys, Tavon Austin. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
It will be.
They'll throw now on the final play. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So that PI call will give them one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
Oh, God. There's no way. Unless if I get it, it's one of my favorite plays.
Here's Stick on 1st and 10. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out on the West Coast in Oakland, where it was the visiting Chargers who were able to come in and steal one on the road. Keenan Allen, well over 100 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches. Next, we'll head east to Cincinnati to check in on the Bengals at home at Paul Brown Stadium. And they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. 24-10 was your final. And finally, on Monday Night Football, a good one out west. The Seahawks and the 49ers from Santa Clara to wrap up Week 10. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
I know we got it.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is
a 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted.
That was a
picked
good
up
one.
by
That's
the former
what we
first-rounder Trey Waynes. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone
be doing
assigned
that,
to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the... And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jalen Smith able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
We need to keep this drive going. We need to try to get it first.
Now Stick.
Could not do anything.
And he goes down once more. DeMarcus Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They're looking to bounce back following the loss to the Giants last week. And they do lead here right now, and they've got the football obviously as well. 1st and 10.
Good job, Smith.
They get just 2 out of it there, and it's 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott to the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards there and a 1st down. On 1st down, Elliott. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Stephen. I thought it was Stephen. False start.
Flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. After the penalty, it's Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football.
Yes.
And the Vikings
That's
pick up the
another
football.
thing what we needed.
And they'll take over
Just
inside
making
the
sure
45
Elliott
at the
doesn't do
44-yard
good.
line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Enough evidence. I don't know. Oh, there was enough.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. The Vikings
There
after
we
him,
go.
and they get there for the sack. Stephen Weatherly, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. You think back to last year, Dak Prescott was sacked 56 times, 2nd most in the league behind Deshaun Watson of the Texans. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Vikings to take over. They are working on that very impressive 9-game win streak, looking to get it to 10 as they've got the lead here. 1st and 10. Dances by him.
Oh, and Dalvin
And he's
is
got
gone.
daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown,
Dalvin is
Vikings. Dalvin Cook, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Just like Adrian
Always
Peterson,
important
when
to get the
he's
first
gone,
score of the
he's
second
gone.
half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
That was a nice one.
Bailey now for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
It was a good effort, but
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
He's running to the table. Okay. He's not going to return for the rest of the game.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. Now this
that was a good one. I should have tried for that.
Reaching the 45-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. Prescott now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
This is looking out.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Mostly we're going to have to keep scoring every single drive we get. We got to score every drive.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The running game
Last
is
year, Dak Prescott had 3 fourth-quarter comebacks, and he's in search of another one right now.
No.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's
My
Elliott.
passing game is not doing
It'll
good
be a gain of 4,
this time.
and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I have more room to run than I do to pass.
Prescott yet again. Completes it to Jason Witten. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Complete to Jason Witten. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I would have thought
Correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2
scores.
scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a 2nd time.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 3rd and goal.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in.
There's pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
That's what we needed.
And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. They start the drive with Cook.
Oh, God.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
91 yards.
91 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
That
And for them, this train just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Like I was saying,
up and good by
the rushing
Bailey.
game is
And the
doing
decision
so
to just
well.
kick the extra point winds up successful. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
91 yards to Dalvin Cook.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use
if I
the
was in the
term
mind of
complementary
Dallas
football?
at that
Offense take
point,
care of the defense,
they
defense
could
take
have
care of
kicked
the
the field
offense.
goal.
That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see
Yeah,
if they can recoup and
I don't know
recover.
why
Give
he
it
woke
9
up.
there on the first down completion. Maybe a good spot to take a shot.
Yeah,
Here's second
Dallas
and a yard
coaches
from the
were
34.
smart. They would just kick the field goal.
Here's Prescott. And for a 3rd time
Oh,
tonight, he's
God.
intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Stick looking to throw on 1st and 10. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Tried to go back again to Adam Thielen, and now it's 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here's Stick looking to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Sean Lee, the longtime vet, getting in and getting to the QB.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. On 2nd down, it's Stick. His pass caught at the 4. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation,
and he will take this one
Dalvin Cook, another touchdown.
Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook taking it in. And the Vikings capitalize
I think all
on the
of the
short
Vikings
field as they
touchdowns
take it in for
was
6.
Dalvin Cook.
And he just tied the NFL record on that 5th rushing touchdown. He's the 6th man ever to do that in a single game.
And, partner, did you just say that he tied an NFL record there?
Yes, sir.
I mean, we're talking 5 touchdowns on the ground against an NFL caliber defense.
Is that good?
I'd say that's fantastic. What a game for him.
It really is something. We are watching quite the effort.
Like, if I could
Bailey
do,
now to kick
like,
it away
this is
after
the
the
first
touchdown.
time I was able to get good rushing. Good, like,
and this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They've lost
Before
this
I
one.
couldn't
Their
barely
offense
get
has
any rushing
struggled.
yards.
Do
Now
they
I'm
try to
getting
put
good
together
rushing
something
yards.
here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and
Passing
coaches want to. I
yardage
remember one
not
time I was
been
on a
good this
team,
time.
and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
On the left side, Gallup's got it. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. That first down completion only netted him 3.
This quarter
Second
was the
7.
best quarter for my defense and offense.
Looking to throw. Prescott going right side. He has
What
Witten.
the hell?
And he'll get it down to
How
the
did I not
47
know?
here. The Cowboys going to use
Hey.
their second timeout now.
That's
As
just
it'll
weird.
come with
Harrison
15
was able to
seconds
hit
to
him,
play
but
in the ball game.
I
The
was,
Cowboys on 3rd down.
Reigns, I think.
They've converted just
I
2
just
for 6
went
thus
right through
far.
him.
This will be 3rd and 5. That one complete to Elliott. And he's got this down to the 35.
Alexander.
And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds
all the
remaining.
corners on
Prescott
the
going to come up
Vikings ran
1st and 10. And
the
he's 4
corner.
for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. That's complete
Kind
to
of hard to
Cobb.
know.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. So the final
Good rushing
seconds
game,
have
though.
ticked
Good
away in
rushing.
this Minnesota victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major
271
adjustments, just
rushing
doing them
yards.
better. And that got it
That
done
is
in this
nice.
one.
But not even 100 passing.
So for Minnesota, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Alright, I'm just going to leave this off here. And if you guys liked it, smash that like button. I'll see you guys in the next one. See you later, guys.